Korean tech giant Samsung Electronics and its largest labor union reached a tentative agreement late last night, bringing a sigh of relief not only to the local economy but to the company's global tech supply chain. For a deeper look into the details and their economic implications, our correspondent Park Jun-han joins us here in the studio. Welcome back, Jun-han.
Good evening, Tammy. It's good to be here.
So, Jun-han, let's recap the breakthrough from last night first.
Absolutely, Tammy. So the core of the agreement centers on a fundamental restructuring of the Samsung rewards its employees. The move comes as Samsung Electronics benefits from the so-called AI memory supercycle, which has boosted the company's operating profits several-fold from the previous year. While the company will keep its traditional excess profit incentive system, it is introducing a brand new special management bonus for the Device Solutions, or DS, the company's semiconductor and electronic components divisions. According to the finalized terms, this new bonus pool will be funded using 10.5% of agreed business performance earnings, and critically, there is no ceiling on the total payout. 40% of this pool will be distributed equally as a baseline to all DS division employees. The remaining 60% will be paid out based on the individual performance of each specific business unit. To put this into numbers, if Samsung hits its annual operating profit forecast of around 300 trillion Korean won, or roughly $200 billion US, this special bonus pool alone will climb to about 31.5 trillion won. This means every single employee in the Device Solution secures a guaranteed base payout of roughly 160 million won, regardless of their unit's performance. For those in high-performance departments like memory, the total annual package could jump up to 600 million won, which is about $400,000 US.
Jun-han, those are some staggering figures. Now, how will these massive bonuses be distributed to the workers now?
Right, so the payouts will be made entirely in after-tax company stock. Well, employees can sell 1/3 of the shares immediately, while the remaining 2/3 will be restricted from being sold. 1/3 after a year, and the remaining 1/3 for 2 years. This entire framework is locked in for the next 10 years, provided profit targets are met.
You know, to avoid the talks from collapsing, there must have been some intense arguments and pressure, and also behind the scenes efforts. Tell us more about state mediation efforts.
Right, Tammy. So this agreement was the result of coordinated efforts from the government and political leadership. Talks had actually broken down earlier on from Monday through Wednesday afternoon under the National Labor Relations Commission's mediation. Then, from the late afternoon, the labor minister himself stepped in. Let's take a listen to what Labor Minister Kim Young-hoon had to say after the deal was sealed 90 minutes before strike.
We deeply appreciate Samsung Electronics management and labor on behalf of the government for continuing talks until the very end and reaching a tentative agreement through direct negotiations.
On the company's side, Samsung Electronics head of Device Solutions division Chun Young-hyun shared an internal message on Thursday, urging employees to leave the past conflicts behind and move forward as one. He also expressed his gratitude to the union for reaching a compromise and encouraged members to support the agreement. From Friday, Samsung's union members will begin a 6-day voting process starting this Friday, and the deal will be officially finalized once a majority of participating members approve it.
I see. Well, the deal has eased concerns to the Korea's economy and also the global tech supply chain, as a potential strike could have posed some significant risks to the production and as well as exports, right?
Right, Tammy. So actually the risks were pretty much prominent. An internal report from the Bank of Korea revealed that if the union's proposed 18-day strike had actually moved forward, it could have slashed Korea's real GDP growth by up to 0.5 percentage points. Samsung Electronics alone accounted for an overwhelming 22.8% of Korea's total exports in the first quarter of this year. Also, a professor of materials science said it was crucial to avoid a factory shutdown. And let's take a listen.
If the facilities are shut down and restarted, power consumption rises significantly. Production could be delayed for months, and defect rates may increase. Since semiconductor production runs continuously, any disruption would likely cause losses.
As the world's leading supplier of memory chips, any prolonged halt in Samsung's production lines could pose an immediate risk to the global technological supply chain. Ultimately, the agreement helped protect Samsung's long-term industrial competitiveness while also preventing billions in potential economic losses for Korea.
Indeed. Let's see how the vote turns out from tomorrow. Chunan, thanks for the coverage.
Always a pleasure, Dami.